Good day, ladies and gentlemen, my name is EdsterThunderberg, and we are going to do a boss rush training video. So with the Crystal Sages, basically how I normally do that is I have a +5, +6 weapon, and then you don't have to worry about dealing with these crystal shooters. Decoys over of it, and just plain and simple go in for the kill. But because I wasn't completely leveled up, I had to get rid of them first, then get a few punches into her while avoiding the projectiles. You do see me wearing armor because it does lessen the damage a little bit from their magic attacks. And yeah, your dodge work just have to be perfect, that's all. Fancy footwork will get you through this boss fight. And avoiding those pesky shooting floating things that she does there, she peppered me with them, and or it does. And then also these other projectiles. Then she's got an attack where she fires a beam, which is quite deadly. Okay, and then there we got it. Also another attack shoots purple projectiles into the sky, and then it bombards you down upon you. Okay, so we are by our next boss now, Curse-Rotted 3. Now this boss you cannot damage any other way, you have to go for the boils on its body. Now it could be tricky to get them, because it's got some attacks that do avoid you. I will recommend you to go for the boils on the hands and legs first. When it starts throwing down those feet, just avoid it. Not like I did there. And there we got one boil. And then there's one on the hand, which you can also get. Once you got those two, you should have damaged it quite a bit, where you can just go for the, as I like to say, the nutsack between the legs, and give that a few shots. I'm very over leveled for this boss, so that's why you will see me totally wreck it, and now it will send us to the floor, through the floor. It does this attack where it basically farts puke all over the place. My best way of dealing with the second phase is just to dodge away. You'll see the hand reaches up, just get a distance from it. It will fall down, leave itself open nicely. You can get a boil there. And then as it's getting up, you can go for the hand, which does a lot of damage. And there you still got boils there by the back side, which you can just take care of after the puke fart is done. And there we go. Got the Curse-Rotted 3. Depending on when you fight it, if your weapon is heavily upgraded, this will be a first easy fight to do. if you do it at the beginning, you're just gonna have to give the boils a bit more hits for it to explode. But pretty easy boss, there's nothing hard about it. Its attacks are very easy to avoid. Okay, I just wanted to quickly get rid of this small little Oceros. They're quite easy to avoid their attacks also, you just have to dodge the main attacks and then you can just punish. Basic Dark Soul mentality with everything. Let it attack, dodge it attack, and punish. Oh, that's my way of doing it. But people have different ways. There's guys that do shields, and like I said in the beginning of this series, I am not a fan of shields. I rarely use shields, except if it's for parry. Alright, now we got the base watchers. So here, you want to avoid and get in hits when it's done when they have done an attack. Now, when the two are gangbanging you, just dodge. I find it best to dodge until the third one arrives, and then you can hopefully get openings. Always check your back for the second one, because he is going to be doing attacks. You want them both to be in front of your camera so that you can dodge the attacks, you see their attacks, and once again just punish on the openings that they give you. Here I decided it's a perfect opportunity to go while they are fighting each other, and it worked out perfect. I got his last bit of health. This is a very hard fight if your weapon is +3, +4. The higher you can get your weapon, the better you will handle this fight. That is why I am a insister of fighting beating the dancer early, so that you can get your weapon up to +9, even +10 if you defeat Champion Gandir. Here it's just basically dodging the attacks. The sword attack you can just dodge it by staying away, and these combos you can avoid by keeping your distance and then just punishing when there are openings. If it does hit you, it could be fatal, and backstabs is very effective. Like you see there, I did a backstab and he went boom. And also, as I said in my previous video, the base watchers for me is the easiest of the Lords of Cinders. You just have to be nimble and keep your breathing, keep your space from them. Okay, Deacons of the Team. I always like to personally, for myself, just clear the room a bit before I start fighting the red one that damages the boss. I like to just clear out a little bit because it makes the second phase much easier. You can get a backstab on Papa Deacon, and it just makes it easier if you put in the work to clear them out a bit. And as always, having a highly upgraded weapon does work wonders. Now you'll start seeing me go for the boss health bar, because I have cleared most of them out. They won't respawn that much now, and it just makes the whole thing easier, where you don't have to worry about them spewing their dark matter thing that curses you and all that. If you've got a lowly upgraded weapon, it makes the boss fight harder. I remember once I fought them with a low-level character that didn't have a... there we got the backstab. That didn't have a nicely... that wasn't nicely upgraded, and I had problems with them pershing. Okay, I was just working through them and got the big papa to go down. So, that was the deacons. Okay, then I decided just to quickly get Mr. Hairy Crocodile over here. I got very lucky with him. Usually he's a pest to take down. He killed me about 3 times before I got him. If you can stagger him, you can go for the repose, which does a lot of damage, or you can go for the just damaging him normally, and then he's a goner. Okay, now we're on our way to the hardest boss that I did here, in my opinion. Mr. Sulyvahn did, in the beginning he did give me a lot of troubles. I combined Faraz Khan's guide on him and another guy's guide on parry guide on him, and formulated a plan to take him down. Okay, so what you want to do is go for the parry at the first sight and then get him. Okay, he got me there where he took me down a bit. Then as the sword starts, you hit the parry button. As soon as by his 10 o'clock, you will see that it works perfect. Now here what you want to do is you want to get, preferably, you want to get rid of that shadow. As soon as it gets there, you want to get rid of it. Because if it's there, it creates a big problem where you have to wait for it to jump and then give a slash and then dodge away. And then wait again, wait for it and dodge away. Here I was unlucky. They both got me. And it was a very hard situation to get out of. I wasn't expecting the jump when they did the jump, and also he's gonna shoot a projectile now that got me. What do you do with the projectile? You just dodge twice, either to your right or your left, depending on which side you got more space on. Here I couldn't get out fast enough and they did an attack, which sent me to smithereens. Okay, here I buffed up my sword, and then as he lifts his sword, you hit the parry button, and you should get the parry button. With some practice you will get it. There I had 2 hits in, and then he was already ready to go into his second phase. So that was very good. That was what helped me in the fight. Then here, what happened here is as soon as he summoned the shadow, I was able to do a lot of damage on the shadow and get rid of the shadow. Okay, he did a jump there. I barely escaped that. As he jumps and as it hits the 12 o'clock, or the 2 o'clock, you do your parry. When he lifts his sword, you do the parry, and it should work. And then there I got him. Again, highly upgraded weapon, helps a lot with this fight. It ups your damage and will make the fight easier. If you take him on with a +7 or you go the normal game, you should be +6, +7, I think around there, and that's when he tends to get by wrecking you, and very difficult. If you got a +10 like I did there, it was quite easy to do the parries and just defeat him. Okay, thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Like the video if it helped you out. Hope the tips helped you out, and hope to have you as a subscriber soon. From me, peace out.